All right. The spoiler show is back, baby. somebody's always poking me to keep this spoiler show going. Those guys at Holland and Ballin were giving me like free promotion. Like, hey Jesse, you still doing that show? I'm like, uh, yeah, not last week, but I guess I should bring it back because people like to kind of remind they know this time slot. So, how you doing, Troy?
Good, good. I think the show is a good break from Lego, but you're hearing it from AFOLs, so I think that's the niche that this show has. I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always enjoy it when I come on. So
Did a couple of years of spoiler stuff, and then now I'm going heavy with D&D as far as extra content with Lego people, Lego art, Lego prop, and what's new in New Brick area? How you doing, Willie?
I'm doing good. There's nothing new. Just hanging out, chilling, and working.
All right, that's what we do. Work for stuff
the Lego work
to
for the Lego.
work to chill out with toys and Lego.
Yep.
And movies. So we haven't had a Marvel movie since Wakanda, I guess, Wakanda Forever, and then anything in between that, I don't know, holiday specials and stuff like that. So we got our Quantumania, Antman and the Wasp Part 3 movie. It's hard to believe they can take characters like Ant-Man and make 3 movies for said character, but did you guys see the movie right away? What is your first reaction?
I saw it Thursday night, um, at like 10:40, and my initial reaction was when I left the movie theater, I didn't know what to think, and I didn't know what to feel, and I couldn't even grade it.
Yeah.
And sometime on Friday, I was thinking about it, and I gave it a C plus.
Okay. Yeah. Not sure what to think about it right away too. I was entertained. What's up, Chef D? And uh I want to say it speaks to how how cool the end credit scenes were, maybe that they were kind of like the part that shocked me the best. Like, oh, the end credit scenes were awesome. How about you, Agents of Modoc?
Yeah, we'll get into that guy. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I know people are giving it a lot of hate, but I liked it. Like you said, I was thoroughly entertained. Um, wasn't a perfect movie, but like I enjoyed it. I didn't have too many quarrels with it initially, and I saw it on Thursday night too.
Okay. Yeah, I got a special screening Wednesday, which was crazy. So you can get free pre-screening passes with the people that go to review movies and stuff. If you know where to sign up, and I had a friend that invited me to come with, and we just have to stay and wait in line to get the seat. So Wednesday night, I went and saw uh, Quantumania, and yeah, it was probably just like that average C plus B minus for me because the end credits. I'm still looking forward to more. Haley's out there. What's up, Haley? Um, Wondering if you guys had a favorite character or like there's a lot of characters in this movie. It's a family movie. You use the word family a lot in the Antman family.
I really liked how they showed the relationship between Janet and Kang at the beginning, like
Mm.
like the beginning before the last movie. The last movie started at, right? So we
Yeah.
got to see him and Kang, or her and Kang, right as they came into the quantum realm, and they told that little story. I really enjoyed that part of the movie.
Yeah,
They're
let's start with that. Yeah, I mean that's basically the flashback scene, right? So we had
yeah
the He Who Remains Kang version, I believe, stuck in the quantum realm with Janet Van Dyne.
I think it was.
And
I think it was Kang.
yeah. I think it was just the regular Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah,
Remember, he got exiled into the quantum realm, uh, by the other Kangs, the other
okay,
multiversal Kangs.
that's why I got you guys here. Keep all these variants in check. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We're
right.
gonna.
He was weakened. The reason
Yeah.
why he seemed so weak, and he didn't
Mm,
have a suit.
And I think that's one of the reasons why he wasn't as powerful as he could have been. Like you said, he was in the quantum realm, which is why they put him there because they knew that. That was just my theory, though.
And they took his suit or did something to his suit. The
yeah.
reason why he was weak, which to
Well,
me is good writing, given that Ant-Man was going to beat him later. So you have to say early fast how Ant-Man can beat Kang. Because you just don't think that that would happen.
Right.
right.
So it was good writing.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
that part
I
worked.
think so too. It's got to be really tough to handle all these variants and timelines, and true comic book aficionados like us are gonna follow along the story a little better than the average person, but hopefully it does well. Um, yeah, it's like his suit and his ship is like this chair that crashed, and they have to fix that engine, and the multiverse ship can escape the quantum realm, and that's the whole kind of premise of the movie, right?
Pretty much.
Cool.
He's got to recharge his glowing orb.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? I think my favorite character was. I think Kang was my favorite character. I think he stood out amongst everybody. But I also liked what's his name, Hank Pym. Seemed
Hank
like every
Pym.
scene he was in, it was solid. It wasn't like a waste. And the little thing they were drinking, that little dude, I kind of liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see if I can catch an image of that guy's name or whatever that wanted the holes.
yeah. All he wanted was holes.
There's some funny jokes. So after the credits or the intro or whatever, they do their usual thing. What's up, Brett Builds? How you doing? Um, they play the Welcome Back Cotter song and have Scott Lang walk into his coffee shop, and he's, reminiscing on saving the world. And I thought that was pretty good thing to cut into the front and back end of the movie. I'm wondering if they planned it that way. It's hard to tell. They revisit the Baskin Robbins and talk about that book he wrote quite a bit. And Janet Van Dyne is a bit of a celebrity. What was her backstory there? I think she is running Pym Industries now.
Hmm. Yep, she was running it and doing all this humanitarian stuff with the tech.
Yeah. So yeah, they had a true team up at the end, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I think they spread it out, between those characters decently.
Yeah.
You also have their daughter, Cassie Lang, who in the beginning of the movie winds up in jail, uh, helping people out that are losing their homes to the blip or whatever, and uh, she's there's a kind of a theme of escaping from jail, that escaping from the quantum realm, and in a decent little arc that makes the movie a good movie.
Hmm.
So there's the book. I guess you can buy this book for real.
Yeah, it's a real book you can buy.
It's like, yep. Yeah, they lean into that pretty good. It's like the whole thing. Oh, look, we have another person to join the stream.
What's up?
Rick Hive, how are you?
Hello.
Good, good. I think this is the first time I've ever met New Brick, Tennessee. Is that correct?
What's up? Yep. How you doing, Brick Guy?
Good, good. Yeah, I wanted to touch on something real quick. I was listening to while I was getting everything ready. Did I hear you right? New Brick say that they did something to his suit. Was that confirmed in the movie? Because I also was thinking, not harshly, but I was like, okay, Kang is the new Thanos for this
Dynasty.
and without a doubt, Kang's an awesome character. I think he was probably the best part of the movie as well. All these different variants and stuff, but yeah, I was like, okay, Scott beat him. Like I don't know, or Ants. It's like I don't know, man, but like. I'm like, is he more powerful than that? Is like maybe one of the other variants more powerful? I mean, because think about like because he's talking about like taking out Thor and stuff. Like, if the Avengers were there, I don't know, man. I'm not saying they would have definitely won, but they definitely would have.
Well, after she helped him fix his ship, and then she saw the future or whatever, he had his suit formed over him. And then she messed up the thing. And then she said, with his suit, he's powerful enough to take over the quantum realm.
Right.
So, with that suit alone, before it, he couldn't do it. But at least with the suit, he had enough power to do it.
Because, he was definitely powerful, just flipping people around and shooting them beams. And you saw, like, when he was Giant Man, and, like, he grabbed him and just cracked him into that building, dude. I mean, that was... that was. I mean, I would consider that maybe just as powerful, about as powerful as maybe a Hulk hit. You know what I mean? Not the most powerful Hulk hit, but just you get hit by the Hulk and live to tell about it. You're pretty strong, man. So yeah, I just wasn't sure if that was confirmed or not. But yeah, now I think about it, when she did get his suit powered up, but then like there was the next level. Okay, that makes sense.
You got to also remember that the other King variants put him in the quantum realm for a reason, because he can manipulate time, and in the quantum realm, time doesn't matter. So that's one big ability that he does not have at his disposal in the quantum realm.
Yeah. So when those ants jumped him, they tore up his suit, which weakened him enough for Ant-Man to hold him off.
I mean, clearly, they had to have done something, you know what I mean? Because, he's going to be, like I said, the new Thanos. Then I don't know. I don't know how close they're going to follow the comics either, you know what I mean? As far as, like, the Secret Wars, if they're going to do the Battle World and all that sort of stuff.
They definitely didn't follow from MODOK.
Oh, goodness.
Speaking of which, so yeah, we get a kind of a twist here with Cassie creating this little device, and then created a signal, and they kind of show it in the trailer, and we can kind of assume without knowing that, Kang probably drew them in, when in fact it was the machine only designed for killing.
It was such a waste of a good character.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't surprise me, honestly, because like I don't I think there's not many directors that probably could have gotten away with using MODOK. I think James Gunn could have pulled it off, but to do MODOK, you would have to have him like be very like real menacing, like just wipe out a bunch of people or something. You know what I mean? That's the only way you could take this dude seriously. In live action, I think.
I think this movie could have been fixed if he had did two things. If you had made MODOK the main villain, and if you CGI'd him correctly, if he was the main villain but he was working for Kang,
I honestly, when I heard
it would have fixed it.
Yeah, and when I heard about him, I thought he was just going to be just a background character,
Right?
Nothing. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they twisted it. They twisted it into this story with Yellow Jacket or Aaron Cross, and just like this goofy show on Hulu. I mean, it makes sense when he's shrinking here.
Yeah, I actually liked that part of it.
I mean, I didn't have no qualms with that part. I mean, if you live through it, then you live through it. But
he looks goofy though.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's weird because like he doesn't even have anything to do with Kang, really. He's part of AIM.
Right. Like, why would Kang like pick him to be this assassin? Like mutated.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really bizarre, and yeah, he definitely got crapped on. That's for sure.
Mechanized organism. Thanks, TJ. Correcting us all.
What's up, Jay?
Where's the F? Yep.
Yeah, I would think comic book fans loyal to MODOK probably got a little disappointed.
Yeah. I was, because he's a better character than what they portrayed.
Yeah, he's supposed to be super smart.
Yeah,
he grew his brain big so he could be smarter in the comics, right?
Yeah, it was just a total. I don't know. And look, I don't want to be hypocritical because there are times they do things with characters that's totally different from the comics or whatever, a book or something, and it turns out either well or even better. But it's just not the case all the time. And I think sometimes I don't know why when they were making this movie they looked at MODOK and they were like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's do this. Nobody's gonna make fun of him. Everybody will take him seriously. Or, I mean, look, Paul Rudd honestly is enough to have as your comedy in the Ant-Man movie. You know what I mean? You don't really need anything else. Maybe like, look, in like the other two movies with his buddies, that was a little different. They played it just right. You know what I mean? Which is kind of sad we didn't see him, but I guess it's gonna be the quantum realm, but yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. It's just.
That's not it for characters. We get all kinds of craziness as they go kind of into a how similar to Star Wars are they ripping things off here?
Oh yeah, this totally gave me when they got to the market or whatever. Yeah, at the bar here, it's like Star Wars on acid.
It did have a real big Star Wars vibe to it. Everything from the planet, like a planet, different planets, to the cantinas. To all these different creatures look like aliens. I don't know.
I thought they were really creative, honestly. This is one of the better parts of the movie, I thought. This world building and all these different characters, just creating this living society or, city or whatever in the quantum realm. I thought they did a good job with that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't know, how far you can go with it or whatever, but I would like to at least watch something else that has to do with this world, and because obviously there's a lot of potential. Holy crap, they say that's Infinity Stones?
Well, they're creatures in the background that look like their heads are Infinity Stones.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah, they were glowing over the movie. Yeah.
And then we get some more comic. I guess some of the name of that pod racer was mentioned. But there's a whole comic book line of the Micronauts where they can't use it. Do you know the story, Willie? You're a toy guy, I guess. Hasbro has the rights to Micronauts.
There is a toy line called Micronauts, but I don't know anything past that.
So they had to curate some of these characters like her, and what they draw from the comics. We get Krylar. Talk about more comic relief here.
Oh,
do,
right.
do we need Bill Murray?
That was an interesting exchange.
I think I liked his character. Gave us a little bit more background on what happened to Janet. You know, 18 years or whatever that she was in the quantum
30.
realm. 30 years.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree,
Long
Troy. It does give us a little bit of more. It fleshes out her history there a lot. You know what I mean? And look, we just happened to meet the guy right before his food got blown up big and decided to take him out. I mean, like, what are we gonna do?
That was great.
Yeah, it was. I like that whole concept too of blowing things up and then intriguing things, like, you know, what she did with the cop car, and it just, I like stuff like that, man. It's cool, even though the science isn't correct, because someone mentioned on the stream this morning about the weight, you know, because dude, that cop car would weigh like an insane amount, because it's just like, you know, we were talking a little science. I was talking about like a black hole and how it's, you know, a star that's compressed, you know what I mean? So when you shrink something down, the weight actually, that's why they're really strong and stuff. When they're really tiny like that, they can do those punches. But anyways,
I like it too, but I'm in the Hot Wheels, so I'd shrink it all down.
There was another cool scene where he has to jump into the probability storm, and a whole Schrodinger's box, you know, kind of thing with variants and multiple Antmans that don't know who's who. I thought that was pretty clever, and a good funny way to put, you know, Baskin Robbins version of him in there.
So when y'all was watching it, did y'all feel any Wreck-It Ralph vibes?
Wreck-It Ralph?
Uh-huh. The second Wreck-It Ralph did the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of Ralphs, and they was like, when they went to the computer world, and it was the same exact thing. They all worked together to get him back.
I bet when we can watch and pause and stuff like that, there's probably some pretty cool Easter eggs throughout all these different Scotts, you know, because they're probabilities. So it's like, you know, who knows how many different versions of them are out there.
Plus, there are actual ants that do that, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they had a scene like that in the first movie when they were going through the water pipes with the decreased pressure. So yeah, I loved that idea where they kind of brought that back in this movie, but instead of the ants, it's actually just a bunch of versions of him. You know, and he's kind of trying to control all of them to help him up. I thought that was very creative, personally.
Yeah, overall, I think there's a few things about the movie that I was just, my mind was boggling a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, MODOK, and there's a few other different things, but for the most part,
every time he came on the screen, at least I heard at least one person in the theater chuckle. So like, it totally brings you out. So I get that.
But I have to say, for the most part, though, I mean, I did like the movie. I like the concept that they were playing around with, and again, you know, it's just cool to see Kang like really let loose this time, not like in Loki. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they gave the OG Ant-Man and Wasp kind of some respect too, because the ants kind of saved the day. He was creating those ants way back in the beginning of the movie and had that like high-tech ant farm.
Yeah,
they were like like light years ahead already, and then they go through the quantum realm, and that was kind of a good twist that they actually lived even longer, these high-tech ants, and got even like more high-tech and saved the day. That was a clever way to
I
pivot.
agree. Janet definitely had a strong presence in that movie. You know what I mean? Especially when they were there in the quantum realm and she was leading them around, knew what to do. You know, she was very assertive, but really didn't seem too assertive to me. Just enough. And then it seemed like we didn't see a lot of Ant-Man. But I think when we did, his presence was strong. You know what I mean? Especially like at the end when he came with the ants and he was smiling and everything. So I think they did them some justice. I mean, especially considering like you're trying to fit a lot of characters, you know, because then there was obviously Wasp, and there was Cassie, and you know there was like, Scott. So I think they did a good job for what they had, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a failure. I think it was fine.
I think it lived up to its name, honestly. Like I felt like we got enough of the quantum realm in this one movie, personally. Like you said, I'd love to go back and kind of like more focus on certain things that are happening in the community of the quantum realm. But I felt like I got enough, honestly.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was laid out very well.
They do their powers also in giant size. We see a giant size Ant-Man, probably larger than we've ever seen.
Yeah, I saw something that said that he was around 400 feet tall in this one.
Yeah, it's got to be huge.
I think it was New Rockstars or something, you know, and you know they're pretty good with their calculations. But yeah, dude, and is he getting better? Like, is he getting used to it, practicing or something? Because you know, like when he gets that big, he used to be a little loopy and
you had to eat like some adrenaline, and I wonder, you know, maybe
he will pass out.
He's got like a nano seat now. So
well, I noticed Cassie did almost pass out. Like they shrunk at the same time, and he was kind of catching her as they were going down. So maybe that's what it is. He's getting a little bit of a tolerance for it. I did love that moment too when they were both big and hugging. It was great. It was great, dude.
We're huge.
Yeah. So I guess do you think we're gonna go with Stature or what's the other one's name? Stinger. Like, you know, she was two different.
I think Stature, and I was waiting for her to say it. She had that speech at the end where the hologram. First, he had Kang doing his speech, and then she interrupted, and she brought up, I think, maybe fighting for the little guy and with all the freedom fighters in the quantum realm and stuff. But I was kind of hoping they would sneak that word in. I guess it's a little too soon.
Dude, I'm pretty sure also we've now seen, with the exception of I can't remember his name, but the Hulk character and Young Avengers, these guys, we've seen all of them now in the MCU except for the Hulk dude, because we've seen the boys, Wanda's kids, Hawkeye's daughter. Now we got Stature.
Yep.
And you know, Iron Lad, that's Kang. So we get a young, you know, I'd get a teenage, whatever, early 20s, somebody that could play a young Kang. Dude, you almost got the entire Young Avengers right there, man. I mean,
so it could be another name of the Kang Dynasty, like Phase 5 that they're doing. You know, Secret Wars is going to be more of a Phase 6, I think, and Kang and Young Avengers, I'm really geeked to see too. Like, I've seen enough of the Avengers, and I want to see the other teams. You know, I want to see Fantastic Four. I want to see a whole Fantastic Dynasty. There's so many stories you could tell with Silver Surfer and other cosmic, cosmic stories.
Yeah, there's so much cosmic stuff. You know, like we hadn't even touched on. You know,
we did see Hulk's son, but I want to see him in action.
That's right.
He would just
right. They would probably use, what's his name? Is it Scar?
Scar. I want to see him in action.
They'd probably use him as the replacement for the. I wish I could remember that Hulk's name in the Young Avengers, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I know we haven't gotten to the end credits yet, but I just have to say, with all the different Kangs out there, they'd have to do an Iron Lad. I mean,
We're ready.
Yeah.
End credits. End credits. So there's two. There's mid credits, right? Mid credits is the Council of the Kings, and that's right out of this page, right? They
yeah,
got
pretty much.
all the different Kangs. They got, I think, a couple in the middle that are representing more than, but they look the same. But in the movie, we get Immortus here in the middle,
Yeah.
and then on the left we get Ramatut, Pharaoh Ramatut style,
Hmm.
and then we're guessing the right character is going to be
I don't know.
Centurion version of him.
I'm not sure.
Really?
I mean, but I will say this. Our, dude, they all look awesome, dude. They just all look so cool, especially the one in the middle. Dude,
Immortus.
yeah, Mortis, man. I love the way his eyes are all like yellow, and yeah, dude, and he's supposed to be the oldest out of all of them, if I'm not mistaken.
He had his own personality for each of them too, and an own kind of acting style, which is just gonna be wild if we get more than those three like in one movie, just like creating conversation between each other, or while they're fighting the Avengers. It's gonna be crazy.
Or even just
I'm
different
excited.
movies. You can have the same villain and actor for the most part,
Yeah.
in different roles and personalities.
Yeah.
So while we at this in mid credit scene, I've wished since Phase 4 was kind of bad. I wish the first movie of this phase had been the Kang movie that showed how Kang ended up in the quantum realm, right? So you take all those Council of Kangs and you show the conflict and the fight and why they kicked him out, and then they kick him out. And then the end credit scene for that movie is when he wakes up in the quantum realm and looks up and you see Janet.
Yeah.
And then the second movie, maybe 2-3 months later, is Antman with the exact movie we got, but the villain that's MODOK. And then it comes out at the end that he's working for Kang in the quantum realm. Because I think this was a heavy, strong movie to be an Ant-Man movie for everything it had to do. We had to kick off Phase 5. It had a stronger than average villain. I just think it might have felt better if we did it another way. But I also enjoyed the movie too, but I feel like it would have made more sense.
I'll be waiting for your notes, Willie. So the correct timeline order to watch Phase 5.
I mean, I agree because look, I don't. I grew up reading comic books, and I always knew who Kang was. I read some Kang stories, but Kang wasn't like on my radar like other villains were. He was. I don't know. My dad liked him a lot, but I knew he was. But I can imagine if you don't know anything about comics in general, man, like the post-credit scene, you're like, what the heck? Like, dude, there's like thousands of these dudes. Also, did you guys notice? I'm sure you guys noticed the teleportation device was just like Reed Richards and Doctor Strange. With the square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, but it's I agree. I think it would have been a better way to kind of start, because again, the whole theme behind this phase is, I guess, the multi-dimension, whatever, multi-reality kind of thing. So maybe we got a taste of it, obviously, in a couple, Doctor Strange, even in Spider-Man, but I don't know. It probably would have been a strong opening to lay out what's coming, at least with the Kang aspect.
I agree with that.
But still, what are you gonna do?
So then we get another banger with kind of like a teaser for Loki season 2, and with the end credit scene. Victor Timely and his astounding stuff.
You know, and
It's,
again, it really
TJ
shows off the acting chops, man, of Jonathan Majors too, because the way
Yeah,
he played this guy, dude,
right.
was like phenomenal.
Yeah,
TJ said that you guys noticed that a couple of the kings were scrolls.
I saw something
I missed
that
that.
looked
I didn't see that
kind of
either.
weird, but I couldn't tell. But again, there's
I'm so
probably,
busy trying to see everything that you miss.
and he
everything.
pulled you in on some of the stuff, because I remember one like towards in the back, the upper back, like one of them was like hitting the other one on the chest really hard, like they're all getting pumped
Oh,
up
yeah.
and stuff, and I'm like, dude, look at this, man, this is insane. But yeah,
Like
I'm
a
sure,
wild-
like I said, when we get a chance to pause or something with some high definition, like, dude, there's gonna be all kinds of Easter eggs out there.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
hundreds of them in there. But yeah, there's going to be different races and stuff, and who knows what they're going to do with this Loki series, though. Like, this is going to be great, And they jump around a lot too, but this appears to be like a 1901 Middle America town, and it's got me wanting more. So I can't wait for Loki season 2.
I enjoyed Loki a lot, man.
Yeah.
And dude, until it got there was some stuff that kind of dragged out a little bit, but I enjoyed WandaVision quite a bit, man. I hope they're careful, because I don't want to get fatigue on stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's getting close. But I don't know, man. As long as they keep making good stories, dude, I'm in.
As long as they keep making sense.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
That'll make sense.
Do you guys feel that they should have just reset after Endgame? Like, just reset the universe somehow, maybe? Or you think they're all right, just like kept going with it? Because they're gonna. I feel like
they should have took a pause. I think they should have took a break, even if it had to been 3-4 years. Just don't bring nothing out.
give us a moment to take a breath for a second and want more.
Right.
Well,
after Endgame, I could have never watched another Marvel movie and been completely happy.
It was really hard, dude. They peaked hard, dude. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying
so
about
emotional, and I don't think
I'm saying that about Avengers more than Marvel. Like, there's so much Marvel content. I want more Marvel. There's plenty of Marvel to go around, but
Totally.
I don't need to follow the Avengers more. I didn't really need Hawkeye, Disney Plus show right away. I wanted to hear more different. I'm ready for X-Men.
Yeah, I know, that's a big one.
Yeah, they could have just did something else and left all of this alone. It's kind of like Star Wars. I personally don't have to see anything dealing with the Skywalkers.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with that.
Show me
saga.
everything else of that universe, and I'm happy with it.
It's a big galaxy, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool characters and stories and places and worlds. So,
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of what we got with Phase 4, I guess. We got Moon Knight, we got Werewolf by Night and stuff that's going to be supernatural stuff too. I really want Doctor Strange and Mystic stuff to take charge also.
Yeah, I would like a deep dive with some Doctor Strange stuff, man. That's a whole nother realm. That's not even cosmic. That's the mystic magic. I don't know. Well, I guess it is cosmic, man, because he does go through all those different types of universes and stuff or realities. I'm not sure.
Hopefully we get maybe some more of him in the new What If season 2. That would be nice.
That was another thing I did love, even though I was slightly disappointed because I really thought it was going to be like a totally different. I didn't think it was going to be connected the way it was, but it turned out to be great. And that villain, man, that old villain, he was so good.
All right. So yeah, we got things to look forward to. I think it's a good beginning. of Phase 5 where they jumped around in 4, and we got Secret Invasion, I think. So we'll hear some Skrull stuff, and that might twist some of our. I mean, they're gonna have to bring somebody back and be a Skrull. That'll be crazy.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Then,
there's also a theory that Kang isn't the end all be all villain of
He's
the
not.
phases.
He's not
like
Thanos.
He's not the Thanos. He's like it's misdirection is what some people are saying. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I hope they do something like that, because we're gonna get a lot of Kang, and then by the time they beef it up to Secret Wars, I'd rather it not be Kang pulling the strings still.
Yeah.
My prediction is Dynasty of Kangs is basically going to be whatever Avengers we have is going to fight like a whole bunch of Kangs, like just different Kangs. I don't know what the stakes will be. And then I feel like Secret Wars, I think they're going to do Battle World, and it'd be even better if we have at least the Fantastic Four by then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. But I'm like,
they're coming.
I mean, comic books is different, obviously, the layout and reading and stuff. I'm curious, like, okay, then in the next phase, like, what bad guy to go bring in next, man? Like, I mean, I guess maybe we'll start like talking about Galactus or something. Or
yeah, we got to get Dr. Doom and Galactus. That'll be our big bads, I'm pretty sure, towards that end.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, it's got to be something totally different than Thanos.
Yeah.
Because I think that's we're so critical now of movies, because what they put us through with the last saga, now we're applying that to everything since then.
Right.
Yeah,
so
it's set the standard.
We're trying to connect them. We're trying to this. We're trying to beat them to it, and I think it makes the fan base a little bit more critical of all their movies now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be done ever again to have a 10-year, 30 movie, arc, which is that epic and just ramped up. But
I think part of it is it depends on what they do, because they obviously built up the 10-year target thing because, one, they put out a trilogy for the big Cap and Iron Man and Thor. And I gotta say, the Ant-Man movie is a better start to Phase 5 than Black Widow was to Phase 4. So
there we
we'll
go.
We'll see how it goes, man. I don't know. I'm hoping. I have faith. Look, we got some X-Men coming eventually. We got some Fantastic Four. We'll see what happens with Blade. I mean,
I feel like they could do a full 10-year journey with just the X-Men, in my opinion.
They really
could easily do that.
They really
Which
could
would be
start
awesome,
with like the original 5, then bring in the whole international side that when Uncanny X-Men and stuff came out.
Yeah,
and dude, and their roster, they got just hundreds of different.
Oh yeah, so many. There's so many.
Troy's building some X-Men. You got a Sentinel next to you there. Have you seen this, Brick Hive?
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
We got 2 of them.
Whoa! Wait a minute!
Oh my god!
Wait a minute!
Sentinel Wars.
Oh man, you finished them both.
Well, you still need slopes, but yeah, mostly. So yeah.
All right, yeah, we're gonna get that classic cartoon thing too, right? That's still coming out.
Heck yeah!
Oh yeah!
There's so much to look forward to. All right, well, that's pretty much a good wrap on Ant-Man and good expectations for the future. What do you guys got coming up? Brick Hive, we're doing. Are you got a Hive stream tonight?
Yeah, actually, in an hour. Yeah, just about an hour.
Okay.
10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I've been working on this Darth Vader mock that I'm going to bring to Brick World Chicago.
Nice.
So I'm trying to stay ahead, because I know if I procrastinate,
You're gonna do the day before you leave.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I'm really enjoying mock building. I'm slowly getting better,
Yep.
and it's weird because you really, well, at least I really critique myself with this mock building stuff because like now I'm already like, man, I wish I would have done this instead, but I'm not going back. It's okay.
A lot of us, do go backwards a little bit.
Yeah,
And sometimes you have to. But
I've revisited mocks. I'm doing it right now.
So
even like the one mock, you like make and then you take a couple steps back.
Oh yeah, right.
And I feel like you guys have already answered this before me in the past, but like, I mean, you build a mock, you take it, whatever, show it a couple of times and then just tear it down and then you work on something else.
Hold on to it for like a year, and
it depends how close you are with it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not going to be too complicated or difficult. Even like I just I sent a message to Jesse. Like one of the reasons I was a little late too is I went to Walmart and I got just some battery operated remote lights that I need to put in like these two little columns to light up this red light brick around it. The only thing I got to figure out what to do is there's a window in the background that shows like the volcano and stuff like from Mustafar. So I need to figure out if I'm how to transfer that. You know what I mean? If I should get like a red piece of paper and print the image on it, and because I'm going to have glass pieces going for the window, and if I should take the paper with the picture on it, and then just shine a light through it. I don't know. I'm still kind of working that part out, but
you could try brick building a scene.
Somebody mentioned that, and if I get
plates.
this done, if I get this done fast enough, I might give that a shot. But I don't want to over exceed my my expectations.
Yeah. Do it at the end.
You could print it on clear label paper.
That's what somebody's, and I think that would be the best option. I just have to figure out the best way to do it because somebody said there's like it's like a clear paper, and you get it in red, and then you can get it. I don't know if it's printed or maybe even etched or whatever the case may be, but you can do that, and then it's not like perfect or nothing, but I don't need anything perfect because it's just looking through the.
You can print it like I've done it before for some of my mocks that I've done. I just took it to Kinko's and they just printed it for me.
Dude, thank you. I'll just do that. That's even better. Like it'd totally be worth just going in there and just saying like, hey, print this on this this paper for me. I'll pay you.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck with the project. Well,
thanks.
Check you out in the streams. And
thanks.
See you around, Willie. Thanks for prompting a little show. And
adios.
Oh, and it's good meeting you, Willie.
You too, Brick. Big fan.
Oh, sure, thanks. Right? Thanks. Yep. And if you ever want to like come on like live stream or Good Morning Brick World or something like that, man, just throw me a message on Instagram or something, man.
Cool, I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Troy, take care. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you on either the D&D stream next week or maybe we'll talk offline for that. So hopefully everyone's doing okay, and we'll see you in the next variant of this show.